Okay. All right. So, ready to start?
Yeah, sort of. Go ahead. I'm just gonna need to.
Okay. Lena?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. So, last where we left off, having seen the undead army that Merloinal is trying to gather at B Gate, the party had managed to reach the hideout, but they were followed, and they managed to fight off Wern, Wern Oakwood. That's a enchanter that has been a thorn in your backside for a few sessions now. But it turned into a stalemate, so the both of you retreated, and you've escaped through the caves. And at one point, you, um, Arthur got stuck in the water and was washed away, and Hannah dived after him. Um, and then they were rescued by a drow scout, um, who then sort of had a talk with Stacy and Hein before the drow left. And then, but the scout did mention the where the X was, uh, although it was guarded by this large wolf-like creature. But the party managed to defeat it, and they are resting. Just as before, they're gonna head out. Um, they are well, they're a bit lost right now. Because they had to pass through all the caves, but they reckon it's about one. This well, if you go to the Lesbian map, like I like did a circle. It's a like 10-kilometer radius circle, I think. Like you are like somewhere around there. That's as far as you can tell. Yeah. So yeah, you're somewhere around here. You're not too sure where. Most likely on the other side. You can't see B gate from where you are, so it's most likely like sort of. Oh yeah, sorry. I think the pings module is also not updated. Uh, that broke, but yeah, it's somewhere around here. Like you can see where my cursor is twitching at. So yeah, that is where we were last left off. Um Now, let's
See, there was
rewind.
something. Yeah,
Oh wait, sorry, say again.
are you going to do that now? Are you going to do the flashback first?
Flashback.
Yeah, because he said there was something the drow wanted to do with um Arthur.
Oh yeah. So we are going to just rewind about 30 minutes ago from where we last left off. Um, uh, Maybe a bit more than that. So Arthur, um, last you remembered, you dove through. Well, you feeling frustrated at not being able to cross the underground river, decide to just dive in yourself. Um, but you got very quickly washed away, and Hannah jumped in after you. Um, and she managed to grab onto you, um, and sort of like bring her arms around you to sort of shield you as um, like you're sort of like smashed against some of the rocks along the way. Um, and it was really hard to breathe. But eventually, like just as you're like about to lose consciousness, you do see a drow sort of reach out and grab both of you and manage to pull you to the side of the river and onto the ledge before you passed out. And the next thing when you woke up is Hannah and like you see Stacy and Hein and Hannah like the party has reunited basically. Although the goblin that jumped after you seemed to have perished. He didn't do well. But yeah, but nonetheless, as the as Hannah, Stacy, and Hein decide to head out to deal with the wolf at the entrance, you decide to sort of hang back a bit with the rest of the villagers. So just going to rewind a bit. Hang on. Let me give you. Wait, where did the light go? Dim light should be. Guess this kind of works. Okay, yeah, so yeah. You're hanging back with some of the villagers over here. And you while you're there, you see sort of sort of peeking back around the corner, the scout that you sort of saw briefly. What would you like to do? Hello, Delta?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. I didn't realize. So, southeast
Yeah.
scout. Is he bothering me?
No. In fact, last you remembered, he was the one that pulled you out the river.
Mm-hmm. Is he like looking at me or gesturing towards me or doing anything?
He's sort of just observing you from a distance.
I kind of wave at him very slightly, like a weak,
Yeah.
high kind of wave.
Yeah, and hang on. Let me. Yeah, it's just gonna raise a hand in acknowledgement and then heads over. And like carefully, most of these villagers they actually no, they have seen drow, especially at B Gate because it's of its proximity to Zendrios and Lordstein. So yeah, they've seen drows before. Yeah, so and the drow sort of approaches and says, "So, were you the one who decided to jump into the river, or was it your the armored lady?" Or is it
Would
both?
it help my case if I said no?
Eh, shrugs. I was just a bit curious.
In my defense, the river made some very rude comments, okay?
Right.
But
You definitely showed the river.
assuming I didn't hallucinate the whole part about some random dude trying to save me, and it wasn't some weird trauma-induced memory of Hannah, I would assume you're the one that saved me. So thank you. And what do you want?
He bows slightly and says, "Well, I'd, I'm still kind of curious as to what you're doing here. You're definitely too incompetent to be Milordal's men. So yeah, what are you doing here?" Hello, Delta? Uh, can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
No, I cannot hear Delta.
Huh. Yeah, Delta? Delta, I can't hear you. Oh no. Audio
Need
issues.
to reconnect.
Looks like he fainted. Oh no, that sound.
Oh, he's disconnected.
The guy's like, "What are you doing here?"
I think
Oh
he's...
no, questions. Faint.
Boom.
Escape from question. Abort, abort. I would totally do that
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah, social anxiety in
Oh
a
no, I
nutshell.
feel faint. He'll be back in a second, I guess.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Memory leak
Memory
from
leak
Photoshop caused the blue screen.
Dot, 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 dot. You're
Alright.
running Photoshop at the same time? Yeah, I suppose it's fine. Browser is not that intensive.
Alright,
dear.
we'll wait for you to...
How does he know it's Photoshop though?
I mean...
Shop eats memory like a binge eater.
Yeah, but I get random crashes every now and then. I have no idea what causes them.
But yeah, Photoshop and Chrome. That's why some people moved on to things like Krita. It's free and it doesn't eat as much.
Oh yeah,
Krita.
Krita, yeah.
I still don't know how to use Krita.
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 It's a Krita.
Yeah.
Yeah, one uses it to draw a lot.
One draws?
Yeah, he draws.
Is that his hobby or is that his like
I
side
think
job?
he does a bit of commission work with it as well.
Oh. He said he owns a farm, right? That's where he
Yeah.
Why does ladang and farm sound different to me?
Because of, well, Western farms are not very much the same as Eastern ones.
Yeah, like I get a different picture in my head.
Yeah, ladang can be is mostly trees and
Yeah.
ladang kelapa sawit. Even our veggies are like bigger plants.
Waiting for his computer to start up again. Potato PC.
You can't run Photoshop without RAM.
Aircorn.
You
I
need
think I asked someone once, what are you gonna do?
a what?
You ask someone what?
I asked someone once what they're gonna do with 32 gigabytes of RAM,
Ah.
and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna turn that into a RAM disk so you can run Photoshop." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense."
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, it's actually taking quite long for him to start up.
No SSD.
Da. Oh man, I've been
Can you
looking at
imagine having a computer without SSD?
um.
Sorry,
I
what have you
mean,
been looking at?
I had before I formatted my computer, I was on a hard disk drive, so and yeah, no, I recently just moved to an SSD, which is why like a lot of things broke as I reinstalled everything onto the SSD. But yeah, no, previously it was on a hard disk.
Wow.
Ayo.
Hey,
There we go. Okay, so I
you're
don't know if it was a
alive.
memory leak or what, but the stub code was memory management, and Photoshop was the memory hog, so I assumed it had something to do with that.
Yeah, probably. Also, Foundry, probably the all the lighting effects is a memory hog as well. So I think the two combined wasn't really doing a computer good.
Probably, but Foundry on idle is on like 31% of my memory, so should be okay.
That's still a pretty big chunk. 30%. Although that might just be Chrome's
Sure.
fault.
That might be Chrome, actually, yeah.
Alright, cool. So, where were you before you disconnected?
So I was talking about, I think I was thanking him, and then I asked, what do you want?
Oh yeah, and they... Why are you here? You're too incompetent to be Milornal's men.
Running away, mostly.
Uh-huh. And
I apologize if you can hear background noise. There's some sermon thing going on in the background, and they broadcast it over speakers.
oof. Um,
Doesn't bother me.
yeah, it's soft enough that it doesn't really bother me too much. But you might want to switch to pitch to talk, I guess. Um, and yeah. So the scout says, so you're with or against Milorno? She sort of tilted his head back a bit.
Is what's his name, the big bad guy that owns a fort and is oppressing everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to firebomb this place. So
Oh, well, that's that's kind of that's nice. Um, well, I mean, you're. I guess I shouldn't really be helping you. Uh, but I wish you luck.
understandable.
Yeah. Anyways, well, I guess if you're trying to deal with the whole Lornal situation, well, best of luck to you. And so waves and says, um, they're probably like, and he like looks back at the tunnel behind him and says, I think your friend might be done with that wolf thing. I will be heading back. I'll be off now. And
You do you, man.
yeah, and he heads off. Cool. And then yeah, we are gonna fast forward to when the party regroups. And they've rested after. They've rested. Yeah, and they're like resting after defeating this wolf. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this goblin was called Hum. I haven't given the name for the other goblin yet.
The other one is Na'a. And Na'a. Wonder what's the name of the one who died. Is it Whoopsie? Whoopsie died.
Oh no. What a fur fella.
Hang on. Can I make this just like a dedicated, like add it to the party list?
If you drag it in, does it work?
It is currently linked to the standard monster sheet, standard goblin sheet, but I don't know. I might have to like later on duplicate the goblin and drag it to your play characters. I'll do that later. But yes, you have Hum and yeah, so yeah, you've you're rested up. Hang on. Where is the yes, and morning comes. Yeah, you and the villagers take watch. And eventually yeah, morning comes and yeah, you see outside the mountains off to the southeast. Well, north, the whole compass direction is a bit wonky since you're a bit lost right now. So, but yes, in this direction, you see sunlight as dawn breaks over the mountains. And yeah, so Hannah turns to Stacy, Yothenheim, and says, so what do we do now?
I don't know. Should probably keep running from. We don't have enough people to face Lord Milor now.
Want to try to get back our horse if we can, but
We don't even know where we are.
the drow is already gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn to the villagers and also Hannah. I'm
Mhm.
gonna ask like, you guys have been here, well, definitely a lot longer than us. Would you guys know anything about this area?
The villagers say, not really this far from B Gate. We mostly stay in town.
If we use the sun, can you perhaps orientate yourselves?
Roughly, but I think with the mountains we might have to wait all the way until midday before we can see the sun properly.
Okay. Well, can we see the sunlight enough to see which side is brightening up, right? Or to know which side is east and west?
Hang Hang on. Make a survival check.
The sun rises from the east, so definitely we want to go west.
And
Survival.
are we going back to Beacon?
Eventually. Otherwise,
And it
we
says,
can ask Hannah, like, what
um,
does
um,
she want to do? Wait, hold on. Skills, right?
yeah. I mean,
Sabay baru.
I
Eh,
hang on. Let me roll.
It was a 9.
You reckon that east might be this direction?
Hang on. Where are we? Oh, sorry, we are at a different map. Which direction?
This
To the
direction.
left.
Okay. We're not outside. I thought we were near the entrance,
You're
right?
Yeah.
you're near the entrance. The entrance is like right here.
That's where all the green stuff is.
The green stuff is water.
I mean, all
Garbage green.
the grass, the
Oh,
the
okay.
it's all dry grass.
Okay, all
Because
right.
it's
So that
cold.
means we cross this bridge and we'll head towards outside.
Yeah, actually, this is the cave entrance already.
Ah,
And then like
okay.
this over here, like this bright area is sunlight already.
Okay. Well, I can't move because
Oh, sorry,
the
game's paused. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and so Hannah says, well, I have no idea where to shelter the rest of the villagers. I think there were in total there were 10. So let me just and
Okay.
this is a torchbearer, so
I asked the villagers, right? Well, we'll probably do this like last night or something, but I'm gonna ask them. This seems like a good time to actually do stock take. Ask them what they have. Did any of them manage to bring rations or so? You know, like if we were to stay here, how long
I get 1, 2,
can
3,
we
4, 5,
survive?
6, 7, 8, 9.
Whoa, they're multiplying.
No, that's the more accurate number of uh people here.
They're just standing on each other's shoulders.
Eh, not really. I mean, they're sort of spread out around the camp, but now that it's morning, they're gathering up. But okay. Let's see here. How well prepared are they? You did actually manage to have like about a couple of hours, so hang on. I'm gonna say, oof. Yeah, they say we have about 3 days worth of food that we have with us. Yeah, after doing
Okay,
like a
that's good.
stock check. So
That is a good start. If I go outside to the like outside of the mouth of the cave,
yeah.
do I see any sort of plants that can be eaten?
That will be a survival check to forage.
Okay, just I don't want to go far. Just
Yeah.
want to see nearby. If we were to take port here,
Okay.
how well is it?
Is it possible to help in some way?
You would 18. So you reckon even with like B Gate, this area is barren enough that even with an experienced hunter or berry gatherer and so on, like you might still struggle. Like you might have people who don't have like a full like meal for the
Okay.
day.
Yeah, so
Especially for like everyone here, the number of people you have.
yeah.
But it might be able to sort of prolong your rations.
I'm going to update. Well, I'm gonna tell that to Hannah then. Well, although this place looks safe, but it doesn't seem like we're gonna be able to feed everyone, not with what we can find around here.
No. I I mean, during the Red Party, I'd really like to put a stop to Milornal, but at the same time, I I mean,
At the same time, what?
well, it's gonna be hard looking over and looking after
Eh,
those who aren't able to fend for themselves at, at the same time. Sort of flies and says, and she sort of like pulls out a map and actually you have the map, right? So yeah, she look at your map
Yeah.
again. It's gonna say,
Okay.
we have
Ooh.
Daintov and we have Ellenham.
Hang on. So I'm like, no, Ellenham is. Well, when we left there, things might have gotten better, but people were disappearing on a daily basis before that. Don't know how much better it's gotten, but
It,
it seems as though Benerith has been killing brainwashed undead pretty regularly close to Ellenham.
she
I would love to bring everyone there, but I don't know if it's a safe idea.
at first like Hannah's like sort of trying to process like she's been killed. Those who were brainwashed by Milornal, she's been
Well,
killing them.
brainwashed by I know the name of the
Wern.
thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that brainwashed by that lady Wern. I
yeah,
don't know
who
whether it's really related to
she works
Milorno,
she works for Milornal.
and it's probably that. But
And
yes, she's been putting them down because we tried to save one, but we tried waiting a night. We tried w-
no,
housing with water or whatever that we could try, but it just doesn't work. They were still rabid and trying to kill us.
Hannah sighs and says, "No, I have a few that we managed to catch and place in the B Gate dungeons. Well, before Milernal took over, so Milernal might have freed them, but no, it's gotten worse. But I was hoping that by finding and defeating Milernal and his henchmen, um, we will be able to free those people. But if you're putting them down, that's a definite no. Then
I don't like that either. I don't, but you know, if we were to have left them with no one to care for them at
mm,
Benry's house, which is what would have happened, they would have either starved or Ren would have gone back for them.
mm,
I'm really sorry.
I think it was a tough call, but yeah, I mean, hearing that Benders has been doing this for a while now is just yeah. I'm not surprised anymore. I am not surprised anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
But you seem to know Bennerith a little more than we do, given that we've only met her like several days before. She's not on um the enemy side, right?
No, she doesn't seem.
Sh-
She seems to be.
She couldn't have given away our location, right?
No,
Okay.
Merlonel is a vampire as well, and she would definitely hate his guts. But for some reason, I don't really know why she's still letting him carry on what he's doing, but they don't seem to be friends, at the very least.
Okay, that's good to know.
I guess.
I really don't know where to move on from here. But do you have a suggestion that we can work towards?
Well, we could probably try to set this up as our new camp and try to have people sneak back into B-Gate for supplies. Or
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm going to
They-
gesture to the villagers. All of these people, have they been labeled by Merlonel to be? I mean, do Merlonel, can they recognize these people as
yes.
the rebellion on site?
Well, I guess if they hide cover their faces and clothes, maybe. Like you see among them, like
That is
some
a
of
bit
them,
dangerous.
yeah, some of them are like followers. Like they're wearing like robes of ceremony, um,
Mm,
and so on. Like yeah, they seem to be like the temple, like in charge of the temples, and some of them look like they used to be the B gates guards, village guards.
yeah. Well, us, we definitely have been marked. Mm.
Well, I guess we could go to Dane's and demand why they haven't done anything to B-Gate yet, seeing as it's been taken over.
Yeah, I look at the map and try to figure out how long would it take to get to Danesoft? Oh
Uh,
no! I'm like, oh wait, fuck. No, I don't want to go to Danesoft. Don't want to go to Danesoft. Damn it!
don't have a choice right now.
Like, fuck, I do.
Oh
We had to
yeah.
go there or we might die.
Uh,
Movement and
uh,
distance. Hang on. 1 day at base speed 28. So roughly about 30 kilometers per day. So I reckon probably about 4 to 5 days.
Yeah, we don't have enough food to last that.
If you forge, you might be able to extend it, but yeah, you
Well,
would you would definitely you might have to spend like a day or two like starving.
okay, fine. We can go. We can go, alright? But can we at least get our horse? Can we get the people in the village to, I mean, can we get the villagers to try to forage as much as they can around in this area?
Um,
And
I mean, we could try to forge along the way. I think as we head further away from the mountains, it
mhm,
would get easier. It's just because over here it's quite cold and remote,
mhm.
and I mean, yeah, the weather here is quite harsh, so that's sort of why it's difficult to forage. But I think if we head further, uh, down.
I'm gonna look to Delta. Delta, is it a bad idea to go back for the horse?
It's risky. Bad idea, good idea. Depends on which one is worse. I think everything right now is not a very good idea. It just depends on which is worse.
Ah, yeah,
Uh,
you're right. I shouldn't be so attached to the horse. Bender's probably got it.
uh,
Yeah.
like is over there and says, They're tasty.
No! Don't. No. Don't remember my horse name, but no. Where is my
Gallant, by
horse
the way.
name?
Alan. In the
Gallant.
playlist.
It's in the player list, yeah. You see a ghost of the horse.
Oh my
Sweet
gosh,
it's
hearts and
It's
say,
huge.
Gallant.
don't
Our
you
first
forget
horse.
about me.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to pray that Benrith has him or something. I don't know.
The villager who was
They're an elf,
owning,
right? So they're probably good to animals, right?
yeah,
Right? It's pretty racist stereotype. But I'm gonna hang on to that.
it is a stereotype. Not gonna not gonna lie.
NGO.
But the villager who did
Who owns the thing?
who owns
Place?
the farm, yeah, says well, there were plenty of hay, probably weeks.
All right. Thanks, man. I mean, your horses are there too, right? I think there was one or two more.
Yeah, there were.
Okay, we'll go back to Dane's hall. We'll try to get whatever help we can get, and then we'll come back here. Let's do that.
Hey, that sounds like a plan. All right.
Okay.
No objections.
Yeah, Hannah agrees, not in agreement as well as party. Now, let's see here. We have. Actually, I was sort of thinking of having like a meter, for. So hang on.
Ooh.
So we have population of. Wait, sorry. That would be 13 medium-sized
two halves.
people and 2 half-sized. I would say at this point morale's at like 50%.
Oregon Trail. This is the first time I'm playing, but it's Oregon Trail.
And you have 3 days worth of food.
Wash your hands, people. There will be no dysentery in this trip. Hmm. All right.
Okay, wait.
I'll take what I get.
Yeah.
Where do we go? Do we go to the other map or something?
Yes. Yeah. So we now go back to the world map. Deactivating the caves. Yeah.
No, Arthur's lost.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
Nice gear.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, you start heading off towards where do you think it might be?
Do we even know which way is north?
Kind
Uh, let's just try and make sure before we head in the wrong direction.
Yeah. Would you like to make a survival check?
Yeah, sure, why not? Where's my player sheet?
Oh
There we
yeah.
go. Oh, I should actually put that in there. Macro. In the hotbar. How do I do that? Drag.
That's working.
Whew.
10. Okay. Yeah, you reckon it's roughly around the same direction that Hannah think. I say not Hannah. Stacy thinks is also north,
Okay.
where the sun is. Yeah. So, hang on. I am going to roll a percentile dice.
Hmm.
So, by around midday, where the sun sort of breaks over the mountain edges and so on, you realize that you've been going northwest
Oh, bloody hell.
for half a day.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, now that once you sort of got your bearings a bit better, you sort of figure where you are now.
Uh, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to go for the horses or do you want to like head to Dane's shop?
Well, Stacy has already made her decision.
Yeah, that's before we were going the wrong
Survival
way.
is more important, but
All right, let's continue then.
Alright, so yeah, you now with your bearings found, you are, you head over. Although it has been about half a day, so yeah, takes you about half a day to reach roughly where you were when you started in the day. Although actually, I guess midday, probably you get a bit further. But yes, it seems like you have made, from where you're starting off, you probably didn't make it very far. Like you went in the wrong direction for a while there. But yes, that was the first day, where you were lost. I'm gonna say that you take a 10% morale penalty.
Oh,
I mean that's okay if you guys don't want to drop that in the middle of the way. I mean, it's not my problem.
can we?
Yep.
Do we have time to look for food?
And I shall, hang on, I'm gonna tick off 1 day's worth of rations. So you got 2 days left of food.
Yeah.
And yeah, so as you're sort of settling down for the evening, like it's starting, it's not just sundown yet, but it's getting pretty close. So yeah, those of you that would like to forage, make me a survival check. Those of you who want to keep a lookout, make me a perception check of either or.
All right, I'll roll survival. Hopefully, I find some carrot.
Okay. Hang on. Let me see here. I would say, okay, so yeah, food around here is pretty scarce. Oh, actually, between you and Arthur, yeah, sorry, between the two of you, actually, you do manage to find like some root vegetables, and like,
Should I roll as well?
yeah, I mean,
you
if
can
do you
roll
want to keep a
perception,
lookout
so
or do you want to forage?
All right, I'll keep a lookout.
Okay. So lookout would be perception check.
Perception.
Yeah.
Damn.
22.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, so at the moment, you do see that there are some wildlife, like some critters, but they're, you, if you were like, if you had someone who was extreme good at trapping and might be able to catch like some of the rabbits, and there's like, you see like a couple of mountain goats as well, but they all like run off by if any of you approach. You also know, you're pretty sure that you are not being followed.
All right, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, so between Hein and Arthur, you managed to gain an extra day of rations for
Yay!
all of you, for the entire group. all
Amazing.
all 15 of you actually. Yeah, your party size is now 15. Okay. Right. So, the following day, the one of the villagers approached and suggests, do you think we should head straight south to the road before we head to Daneshof?
No. Yeah. I think by the time we reach the other mountain, it should be better.
Okay.
What's the difference?
Well,
Further away from the crossroad.
Right. Okay.
I mean, we are moving like this is difficult terrain.
Yeah,
Um,
but I was thinking go towards the mountain, like the next step, and then
yeah.
head downwards.
Wait. We can just make a diagonal line that way, like
Mm,
like that.
all right, we can do that.
Yeah. I mean, the only risk is along the road we might catch sight of Milornong men.
Yeah, I would really like to avoid the crossroad as long as we can. But
Okay.
diagonal sounds good. It'll save us a bit of time and a bit of rations. Really.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Make me a survival check to see if we can make it to the road before the end of the day. It
Oh.
it would be like you would have to sort of navigate sort of the hills and so on to try and find an optimal path. To get
What do I roll again?
this would be survival. Yeah, like
Does
you're in the
everyone roll?
wilderness, so it's pretty much survival everywhere.
What the heck?
uh you sort of make it about like 1/3 of the way. Yeah, not too bad. Um okay, wait, hang on, and me. All right, so yeah, if those who want to forage, make survival checks. Those who want to keep lookout, make perception checks.
Keep lookout again. I have more
Yeah.
in that.
Let's go survival. The heck?
Okay,
It only works when I'm
16.
looking for food.
Okay.
That's good. You want to eat people.
Actually, I'm gonna.
Wait.
Wait, hang
No.
on. Yeah, you know, it's alright. Hang on. I'm also going to make a roll. Okay, so one person did manage to scrape his leg pretty badly as they were sort of climbing along the rocks.
I'm sure I have a spell somewhere.
Yeah, hang on. It would heal the wound. Hang on. I mean, we're in the wilderness. I really want to try this out.
Try what?
Hang on.
Say no to dysentery.
No, not dysentery. More like tetanus.
But there's no cows around here. There's no rest around here.
Okay. Yeah, no. Well, you managed to sort of stave off any like infections and so on from the wound. You do manage to heal, like no problem. Yeah, you might need to be careful next time. Well, the villagers should be careful next time. Yeah, cool. So that is day. Hang on. That
Two.
was day 2.
Already 2 days. Oh.
It's only been 2 days.
Yeah.
Had any useful spells for traveling and stuff? Or am I the wrong class for that?
As a cleric, your
As a rogue, I'm gonna shut up.
your domain
It's like-
is yeah. I mean, your domain is not nature, so it's not like in your ballpark, really.
The only good thing I have is endure elements. God.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I forgot to roll for weather, but I don't want to be that mean though. Endure elements is only wait, hang on. Uh,
Hot and cold, it says. So yeah, it doesn't matter.
no, I mean if it was cold weather, but it's how many people? Creatures touched.
So I guess it's 1 person per cast. For 1
Yeah,
day.
yeah. I mean, so you could only have. So yeah, I'm not gonna be that mean and have a blizzard pass through. No, I mean if you were,
What season is it now?
it's actually around summer. But just because of the altitude, it's kind of cold here.
Okay.
It is starting
Okay.
to get a bit warmer. But yeah, no, if you were like somewhere in say Morstein or Vivenstein where the weather is much rougher. Over here it's relatively pretty temperate. Okay, yeah, so hang on. All right, so the day 3,
Well, how many rations do we have left?
at this oh yeah, sorry, with your 19 for foraging and because you're slightly further down the mountain, you do you do get like just enough for that day.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. And yeah, so on the 3rd day, can I get a perception check from the lot of you?
Perception, is it?
Yep.
I dragged it to the hot bar, by the way.
Okay, it's 21, yeah. And Oliver, by the way, just want to check how many of you got it. Oh yeah, yeah. I should roll for. And I
Delta,
saw.
Delta.
Roll for all the 15 of the 10 dudes.
They
Where the hell is the perception?
are
Oh, it's right.
towns.
No, okay.
They are townsfolk. They know nothing about the wilderness.
They have 0 perception.
Okay, no, yeah, it's but amongst the 4 of you, you do actually pretty well. Yeah, so you moved about roughly half a day, along the main. Well, yeah, and you just sort of reached the main road. And yeah, you see up ahead, so in this direction, you do see a group of people, like at this distance, like you do catch them from like really far, but at this distance you can't quite tell who they are at this point. So what would you like to do?
Do they look armed? Like, do they look like they have armor on, or is it just cool clothes?
I'd say with your 21, you do catch a glint of steel from
Are
amongst
they again?
them. You do catch a glint of steel
No,
from
where are they? Are they
uh
towards Dainshof or?
yeah, towards Stainshof, approaching in your direction. It seems like they haven't noticed you guys yet.
Do they have mounts or caravan? Or
No, it seems like they are on foot.
Pretty suspicious.
how many
Then
of them?
Let me see here. Oh no, definitely not one.
Just the one. Oh, nice. Kill him.
Wow. You know what? I'll say about
4.
5 of them.
Okay. So I'm gonna highlight it to the party, including Hannah.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to say that they don't have mounts. Wait, can I just um make a history check or something to know how often do people travel this far out without horses, like on foot? Because I
Yeah.
suspect they might be bandit, but bandit might. Yeah, I
Yeah.
suspect they might be bandit.
Make a knowledge local.
Lokalu.
10. Oh, you're untrained, so that your skill cap anyways. Yeah, you reckon that's oh, actually, hang on. This is near Daneshof, so and you are well from there. You grew up there, so
Yeah.
I'll give you a bonus for that.
All right.
Okay, so that like that's 15. So yeah, actually, um, yeah, you reckon the answer is most of the time, yeah, you would have like I mean, it's not real because of just the elevation. It's most of the people don't actually ride the horses, but they are like pack horses or pack mules that
Mhm.
uh most people would use, or yeah, at least pack horses or pack mules because it's carrying all of
Yeah.
that up and down the hills is just
So
madness.
this looks shady, right? It's sus, right?
Yeah, it looks a bit sus. Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell them that this is what I think. I think we should hide because even if they're good people, I don't really think we want to be explaining to anyone anything.
Are they coming towards us or going away?
Yes,
They
they are
seem
indeed
to be
coming
approaching it.
this way.
Okay. Sorry, you missed that part.
What time is it? Is it daytime? Is it nighttime?
This is about half day, so it's around midday right now. Of
Is there anywhere nearby we can hide if we
oh yeah,
split into two?
there's lots of hilly terrains and rocky areas.
Okay, I'm gonna point to one area and say, "Good, everyone, scram now!"
Okay.
As yeah, as
Yeah.
well as you can.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make this a group stealth check, I guess.
All right.
How does that
So
work?
just all of you make a stealth check. Don't worry if you roll a 1. I'll be just taking the number of
Nice.
successes into account.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah, no, it's fine.
ow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's 2 out of 3 successes.
What about
Oh,
what's her name? Hannah.
I mean, when it comes to stealth, Hannah is probably. Should I? Just for
Wait.
fun.
Hey, friend of plate armor. Oh my god, armor check penalty. That's nothing.
Okay, Hannah. We're gonna protect you. I mean, well, yeah, we're gonna protect each
It's an armor check penalty, but still it's a failure regardless.
Yeah, no, that turned from a 2 out of 3 successes to a 2 out of 4 successes.
So what about the other 10 people or 9 people?
No, this is the check to see whether, like, if it was just you lot, you would easily hide behind the rocks and so on.
Yep.
But this check is to see whether how well you can get all 15 people hidden.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'll say this will be a difficulty of Okay, this is a difficulty of 15. Uh, oh, off by 1. Um, so, yeah,
They don't see us. That's what it is.
yeah. So, yeah, so,
It's right. They are bandits. Look at that. It's written there. Yay. I called it. Fuck yeah.
um,
Go on.
so yeah, yeah, as they approach, yeah, it seems to be a small group of bandits. And yeah, they, at one point, it's like the villagers, like one of the villagers, sort of like shifts around a bit, and like a bit of rock, sort of tips over, and it's like, and like one of the guards sort of like looks around, like, what is that? It just could be loose rocks. Um, and like just continues on.
Wait, you fucking.
To quote Skyrim, must have been the wind.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, like if
All right.
when you're in like mountainous areas, like you do occasionally hear just like rocks and pebbles falling and so on, but it's actually fairly normal.
Yeah. All right.
Especially
So
like
I
once
mean,
they're
a
gone,
rabbit knocking a rock over.
I mean, if you actually live in mountainous areas, hearing a bunch of rocks falling is cause of panic.
No, like I mean,
avalanche. Avalanche.
no, I mean it's more like gravel crunching sound rather than rocks falling. Yeah,
Mm.
that more of that kind of sound. But yeah, okay, yeah. It's not a landslide. It's more like gravel crunching. All right.
So I'm going to wait for like half an hour. Tell everyone to still be quiet, please. And then we'll start to move downwards again.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, that takes a fair bit off your journey, like just hiding and waiting. But
Yeah.
you do manage to move a total of about 25 kilometers. So about like 25 out of your total 30. And you also are along the road, so you are moving at decent speed as well. Okay, cool. So who would like to forage, and who would like to keep lookout?
Me again. I don't think
I
my
will
perception is
continue to
any
keep
good.
lookout. Nice.
24, 16. Okay, awesome.
Doing well so far, I think. I hope.
Trying to decide who to help. Yeah, I think Hein could still use my help more than
Yeah. Go look
me,
for
but
food.
Okay, yeah.
Yay.
Between Hein and Arthur, yeah, you do manage to again find food for the day. Just about. It seems like here you're more towards the moors. Like yeah, you're more closer to the moors than the mountains, kind of. So it's there is probably if you did like stray south a bit more, you might be able to find more food. Um, like it would like food will be more bountiful. Like, in fact, you might be able to like catch sight of a rabbit or two and just magic missile them. Like you, that is totally valid hunting strategy.
What does that do to the meat?
Uh,
Hope it doesn't blow up the rabbit.
it will be pretty thin, and there might be chunks of meat missing, but it's still edible. um, but yeah, it's yeah, you reckon like if you headed south, you would like it would be definitely more bountiful, and like you would actually get surplus of rations if you headed south. But if you reckon if you continued along the road, it would be sort of like just about enough for 15 people.
I mean, it's only another 4 days, right?
It is. Ooh, again. ruler tool. It's roughly about 2 days.
Yeah.
So
we've got
actually,
enough rations then.
if you rely entirely on your rations from this point onwards, you'll be able to just about reach Dainshof, assuming you didn't get waylaid.
I think it's safe enough. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I'm good for that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, I'm going to say, 24 is a really high check. Let me see here. Let me see. Should I? Should I not? Which would they? Mm,
Are you deciding?
mm,
Yeah, please don't be omniscient.
so I was thinking. Uh, where's that?
Something rolled.
No. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's nothing.
Nice.
Just deleting the skill. I didn't know you could delete those.
As a GM, I have that power. Okay. Cool. So
But you say there's nothing to worry about, so that'll be a problem for future me, and that's fine.
I don't know. Well, I'm not gonna say what's actually gonna happen because it might affect your decision later. So I'll just leave it for
Exactly, it's
now.
a problem for future me.
All right, cool. So yeah, actually, I think with 2 days remain, oh, 2 or 3 days journey remaining, I would say it manages to sort of carry on without incident. And yeah, you'll be using up the village rations along the way, but yeah, you did get past the one bandit encounter along this road, but um, so that said, as you sort of approach Dainshof, like from where you are, you sort of can see the like downhill, like yeah, you do see the large opulent city of Dainshof. You remember this place. Possibly not fond memories, or maybe fond. Up to you. What did you have fond memories of Dainshof? Stacy? Hello?
Hang on,
Oh
be right
no.
back. Wait.
Oh, right, sorry. Okay.
Okay. Phew. It feels cold today.
Well, both in game and out game. Oh yeah, it's winter in Australia, right? Yeah.
Sort of. I don't.
Or no,
I didn't check
it's
what the
autumn,
temperature
is
is.
it?
Yeah. I never really keep
Sorry,
track
what was
because
the
the weather goes
question
up
just
and
now?
down.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, Stacy, do you have fond memories of Dainshof?
I would say I lived there up until my teen years. It's just like the last year or two came to um Foxcroft.
Yeah.
My childhood isn't too bad. It's just that I became rebellious.
Okay. Yeah. And while in Dainshof, were you were you still at that rebellious stage in Dainshof, or?
Towards the end of my rebellious I mean, well, yeah, there was the beginning of a rebel stage, but I wouldn't be like thieving there.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
good.
I wouldn't be doing it close to home.
All right, cool.
I would probably be more like I might hang out with the bad kind, but I do
But
sort of like
you
make the
won't
decision
actually
to,
cross the line.
yeah, I would cross the line somewhere further.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you are like yeah, about roughly half a day away from Daneshof, you do see a group of mounted men in armor and horses approaching your direction, like heading over. Um Actually, let's make a perception check to see if you spot them before they spot you. Nine?
I'm blind.
For a cleric, that's that's not great. Well, I mean, I guess clerics don't really need perception, but their wisdom should be good. Okay.
Yeah, it's a +4, man.
Oh, okay, okay. Yes, Stacy and Arthur. Just want you to see if you spot them before they spot you. Oh, 22. Yeah, you.
Yes, well?
Suffice to say, I do.
Yeah, no, like, well, I would say Arthur is enough to like really see, catch them before it. So yeah, you do see. Oh yeah, with the two of you,
The same. Okay.
and
Yeah.
that's not even a nat 20.
Right, go on.
Although we don't really use nat 20s on skill checks in this game, so let's see here. This I'm gonna say, ooh, okay, it's a sizable regiment of 12. Looks like 12 people on horseback. Um, yeah, and they're and yeah, it seems like you haven't quite noticed them yet. What would you like to do?
Are they are they coming from the city?
Yeah, they are coming from the city. They are mounted on horsebacks.
Can we tell like if they are part of the city guard or if they are not, or if they're like just some random people?
Um, hmm. Actually, with your 22s, DC, you would make a knowledge local. This one you can do
AC?
on knowledge local. Okay, and don't worry, it's because it's Dane's house, so you get a bonus. That will be 16.
Okay.
Um,
Sweet.
let me think. Let me think. These are what actually was 16? I would say these do look uniformed. They do not look like Dane's House city guards.
Well,
Okay,
But
what
you
do they look like then?
you do know of some like Danes have like several lords in this area, and you do know that some of them keep like a small private army. This might be one of them.
Is it um common for them to be running around, or do these people look like they're off duty?
Um, they seem to be moving with purpose.
Is it common for them to be moving around?
Yeah, kind of actually. Sometimes, yeah.
Then I'll just highlight that and I'll tell that those are someone's private army.
Yeah,
so to
you
speak.
aren't able to tell exactly which lord it is, but
Yeah, I don't know who, but there's a bunch of them around here. Does my family have any?
you do have like a security detail, but like actual army, no.
Okay.
Like you have like a security detail to like um keep the because it's valuable warehouse, so you would have guards posted and so on, but
Right.
you wouldn't actually like have a standing army that can like move on horseback from city to city, sort of thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's small. It's a small squadron of 12. And so yeah, which
Oh,
are
wait.
you gonna hail them
Are there
or
other people around, DM?
um
There should be like townspeople around, right?
actually yeah, that would be yeah, and actually at this
I want to see how the townspeople react to them.
um townspeople, they sort of jump out of the way, but they don't hide. They just sort of like jump out of the way and let them pass.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna tell the rest that just don't stand in their way. Yeah, give them some space.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring attention to yourself because, like I said, we don't want to explain to anyone nothing.
All
Well,
right.
we've got to explain something to someone eventually, right?
Yes, but not private armies.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So yeah, you jump off to the side. You don't hail them. So let me see here. Ooh. Um. Sort of as Yeah. I mean, yeah. So you like you move off to the side of the road to let them pass. One of them though, um, sort of takes notice of your pretty large group. Like most of the travelers around here you see are just like two or three, and they're sort of just farmers from the nearby areas. Um, and like some traders from Vivenstein. Not many through B actually, because why do that when you have nice lake and rivers? Um, but yeah, so yeah, like one does take notice of your large numbers, um, and sort of peels off from the rest of the group and approaches. Let's see here. Uh, okay. Um. All right. So yeah, the person in armor sort of approaches like and raises his hand, like, "Oh there."
I will intercept and DM. I will also like to ask probably a history check or whatever. What do I know that I can say to tell him that he has no right to question us because he's not part of the city, guy.
Um, I would say this would be nobility or local.
I'll go with nobility just because I have an extra one.
Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the large private army itself.
Yeah, okay,
You more of
probably I'll
you more have to rely on the other lords to keep each other in check, really.
yeah. I'm probably going to say you're not part of the town's guard, right? You're one of the Lord's army. You don't have to worry about us. We'll be under the care of the Almswind.
You're from the
Name
Alms.
throw.
Yeah, so yeah, you're throwing out the Almswin. Like, you're from Almswin.
Yeah, you don't have to worry. We're
But
not here to cause trouble.
that's a pretty large group for a winemaking business.
Yep. and we're not your problem, so you should be glad.
Make me let me see. Would this be a persuade diplomacy or
Say diplomacy because I'm trying to say is like,
yeah?
that look,
Yeah.
we're definitely
Okay.
not your problem. The fact that I don't recognize you means that we have no business with you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And guard there's guard sort of looks looks over the group and like sees most
Yeah,
of them
I
are
will salute to him and say good day to you.
like good day and like nods and yeah he rejoins the rest of the horsemen and yeah head off.
Okay.
All right, and so after wait, hang on. So that would be 3 + 2. So that's about roughly 6 days of travel, actually. Hang on, let me just set that in the calendar. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. 3, 4, 6. Okay, so yep, it is the 15th of luck time. Yeah, so yeah, you after 6 days of journey from B Gate, you managed to reach Dainshof.
And before we reach, I'm going to ask Hannah if she has any connections in Daneshaw.
There's the only connections I
Like
really
Serenity people, right? There must be someone you know.
there are temples here, and I don't think I quite know anyone here by name, but I'm sure if we introduce ourselves as followers of Senrei.
Yes, let's do that first. I look to um, Arthur and Hein and say, we'll go to the nearest Serenity temple and introduce ourselves as, introduce them as such. Do you guys have any other suggestion?
That's the best we can do. This town doesn't have a lot, does it?
It is a
It's a
big
big
bustling.
town. It's bigger than Foxgrove.
It is a
Yeah,
big
but
bustling town.
there's no like one leader, right? You say they're like a bunch of nobles, like multiple leaders.
Yeah. Like this, I'll say Danes. I mean, Norfolk is definitely the biggest city of Lesmere, but actually, I would say Daneshof is sort of the seat of power. So there are like several nobles here. Some of them have holds elsewhere. But sort of the royal court is actually in Daneshof.
Oh. Hmm?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're born here.
I mean, I wasn't as a player, I wasn't privy to that. But yeah, now that I know that, I'm gonna like, yeah, we need to go to Serenity as soon as possible because our group really is too suspicious to go into the, you know,
Yeah.
the
We're
royalty
we're basically
town.
refugees. We need to find these people a place to live.
And the church is a good place to start.
Yep.
So let's go there
Yeah.
now.
All right.
Immediately.
Yeah. So yeah, you beeline. Well, yeah, you. Well, I mean, yeah, he's with a paladin of Sarenrae and the cleric of Sarenrae and a few other followers as well.
Yeah.
You have no problem getting directions to Temple of Sarenrae. It's like,
Only not a,
yeah, you just like any of the locals, like, oh yeah, you know, do it that way. It's like they're, I mean, yeah, they don't see any problem giving followers Sarenrae directions to the Temple of Sarenrae. So yeah, um, yeah, easily enough. Yeah, you do find yourself at the Temple of Sarenrae. Let me see here. I'm going to say, it's going to be more towards the western end of Daneshof. The royal court is like hang on, let me see here. Let me
I know
drop.
that was 20 kilometers.
No, the actual scale of the city is not really to scale, so
What do you mean? That's the perfect size.
yeah,
Not anymore.
the route, like it's more of the roads between the cities, like that this map focuses on, rather than the accuracy of the cities themselves. Yeah, but so yeah, the royal court is like somewhere there, so like opposite end. Let me see here. I'm gonna roll a percentile dice. Say, okay. Yeah, it's it's a decent size. Like larger than the one in Foxgrove. But you do also notice like there are some other temples that are like bigger. Like as you sort of like pass by. Yeah, it seems like Serenry's influence is kind of like middling. 40 is kind of like 42 out of 100 in Danetal.
What's the other 60? 58.
No, the influence level. Yeah. um. Okay, so, yeah, yeah, you do approach the temple. And yeah, who would like to do the introductions? Um.
I don't know.
Paladin, cleric, please.
Hannah?
These are your
Okay.
people.
Yeah. All right. Sure. Yeah. You
I'm gonna zip my
yeah.
mouth.
Can have Hannah handle it. Yeah. So yeah, Hannah is gonna go there. Discuss with the uh temple. Hannah will tell them what transpired at B-Gate. And like who these people are. Uh, Let me see here. 42. I would say 42. So middling influence for uh 13 people. Wait, sorry. No, it's 11, 11 9 humans and 2 goblins.
Oops, forgot about the goblins.
Oh no,
Yikes.
it's fine.
Hey,
Like you do occasionally see goblins around in town.
servants, right? Or
They
something.
the authors from them anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I will probably try to explain to them. This is where we're gonna stay for a while. The people here are quieter. They don't take other people's things, so you shouldn't take other people's things. Okay, ask.
Yes.
So far, you have been very good boys, and that's very good. You will be given food if you're good.
Um. Yeah. So I would say that the temple can afford to provide shelter for them. Although they might need to help out with some duties, but yeah, no. Actually, yeah, most of the group sort of agrees. The goblins don't quite like it. They don't quite like the structured order of the
Yes, of course.
So yeah, it's now so yeah, at the end of the day, it's probably around like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You are standing outside the temple of Sarenrae, and there's uh 6 of you. It's Arthur, Stacy, Hein, Hannah, and and yeah, what would you like to do?
What do we have to do next? We need to talk to someone in power, or Actually, what does Hannah want to do? We could just easily drop the whole thing, but did we tell the church about the undead?
Yeah, they have been told about it. And they are like they will take the discussions, but yeah, it's probably going to take a while for them to probably come to consensus. Um, but yeah, but 6 of you are out here. Hannah sort of she does actually feel kind of defeated by this. And she hmm. Stacy, make a sense motive check.
Mhm. Uh, hang on, where is it? Yeah, yeah. Not
Okay. Yeah, no,
to me. Yeah.
it seems like Hannah seems to be um taking taking it kind of okay, I guess.
Mm.
I mean,
All right.
given the circumstances, and
All right.
say some. Well, I'm not too sure what to do now. We definitely don't have enough people to handle B gates, and
No. And the church people say that they will be discussing about it, right?
yeah, they would
Usually
also.
what yeah?
Oh, sorry, say again.
Usually how much influence does the church have with the royal family?
Roughly 42 out of 50%. They're actually amongst the other religions. They are like slightly below average.
Mhm.
Are there a lot of other religions in the city?
Let me see here. Let me just grab the list of deities. Hang on. Should be under cleric. Um. Yeah, there's a few other like religious temples here. I would say wait, where is it? Iomade and Torag and Gorum are probably the strongest in this area.
Okay.
Yep. Although yeah, let me hang and see here. That said, uh Lesmere is not like, at least amongst nobility, are not too driven by religion. Um,
Uh,
it's more the general populace, but they do, at least because by proxy of having influence on the populace, they do have some influence.
okay.
Okay, so who's the person here that we talk to? Do they have a name
Uh,
in the Serenity
yes.
Church?
They totally have a name, and I totally prepared this.
They do. Of course they do. It's the only religion that we've been talking about up until now.
It's Church Head number 1. That's his name.
Uh, Hang on, let me first roll. Ooh, 17. Okay,
That's his name. 17.
What are they?
No, hang on. They are an exotic, non-human.
Exotic
Interesting.
non-human.
Um,
It's Trian.
Scandalous.
I'm going to say
um, What is that? Stacy takes one look at them and is like, "Yeah, this is not gonna fly."
Are you trying to seduce the church leader?
No, no. It's more like, yeah, I can see why the royal family doesn't really care.
Yeah, no, I would say this is a half orc.
Yeah, I can see why the royal family doesn't really care.
Yeah. So okay, now that I have a half orc, let's see here. Hmm, I'm going to say the name is Ardenistro.
Oh no,
What?
Uh,
Ardenistro.
I'll never remember that.
uh,
Is it is he the head of the church or how?
uh, yeah, he seems to be sort of like uh he's the in charge of the day-to-day operations. And he was the one that was welcoming you guys and letting providing shelter for everyone. Like he isn't probably the like highest position, but he is like the in charge of day-to-day. He's that important at least.
Daily matters. Okay.
And in fact, it's more of art. You tell Ardenistro what's like Hannah was talking to Ardenistro and says, "Well, I definitely would have to bring this with the elders, um, discuss what they say. It's not really a decision I could make on my own, but
Mm.
yeah."
Yes, I'm gonna go and talk to Ardenistro later in the day after we have settled and ask him like how is the church relationship with the royal family now, or the church's standing with the other houses or whatever.
Um. Well, Danes Hall specifically don't really care too much of Siren Ray. Um.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. I mean, they definitely would be able to lend an ear, and given the circumstances, I think we may be able to ask for an audience. But I don't think we can do much about making demands or anything like that.
We could also try talking to the other churches as, I mean, they're all undead, right? It's a common enemy.
And
Um, yes, that is true. We can go and talk to the other churches and we can try and ask them if they've heard anything about their counterparts in what's its place?
Begate.
Big, yeah.
No,
Oh yeah, no,
not big.
actually,
Oh yeah, yeah, Bigate, yeah.
yeah. Sorry, some of them are actually like there's probably like one or two Era still like amongst the villagers that you they weren't all Saren Ray, by the way. Uh,
Right.
Mm,
but they were like of the uh religions that don't accept undeads. But were yeah they were troublesome people to Milornal.
okay. So that would be a good idea to let them split, but I think we're gonna talk to the villages first. Those who are not from, not under Sarenrae. I'm gonna try to gauge how they are feeling, like how many of them, because we don't want to leave them going alone
Yeah.
without support.
Um. How
Like, are they okay with going back to their own church, or do they want to stay here together?
mm, they feel like they um Well, actually, Saturday and Erastil do have some pretty decent relationships, so yeah, no, they would have no problem housing them as well. And they say, oh yeah, we can go to Erastil and um well seek shelter from them. Um,
Are the people in your church like open to this?
uh, I'll be honest, they are Erastil. We're more of
Can you spell that?
hang on.
Erasto. Okay.
Actually, make a knowledge religion. All of you.
Right, so. Ah.
Is what is it again?
Um,
What do I roll?
religion.
Oh, it's
Religion.
Oh yeah, 26. Nice, nice. Uh,
I got a fur.
okay, cool. Hein. Here you go. With a 26.
It just gives me a URL.
I mean,
Like
mind
you just ask God for like information on this other thing, and God sends you a URL.
gives you a link to the Wikipedia page.
It's like, oh wow, look, this device is handy.
Like you have the
A screen
entire,
appears.
you have the entire. Although this is a homebrew setting, so it's not exactly the same. But it sort of
Right. So what is it
follows
that you
this
need
sort of
to know?
same idea. Yeah. What would you like to know about Erastil?
It was Stacy asking the question, was it?
What they feel about undead? How they feel about prosecution of their own people?
Hey,
Doesn't
yes.
care.
So, well, by nature of being of their alignments, they are against undead. Um,
Okay.
but they are not. Um, they aren't exactly aggressive about it. Like they, they're more. They're actually rather more passive than some of the other religions in the area. Yeah, I would say
So that means
compared to the other religions, like Erastil's more passive. Like so they're less likely to actually like, send out their own people to take on Milorno.
so farming hunter gatherers for harvest and hunts
Yeah.
just wants to live.
Yeah. So yeah,
Who,
they're more of they just want to get by really.
who
Okay.
were the other gods? Did you say were in the town?
There's Ionade and Torag, and Gorum.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Well, I would say that, well, it's still important for them to know at least. So none of the other members of the Erestil Church goes to B Gate for the time being. So go off to your church and let them know.
Yeah. And also yeah, the temple goers they say yeah, they'll spread the word with the other temples as well about this.
Then back to what behind us. What's the next church?
a Yomade, Gorum, and Torak.
Yeah. These are yeah, these are probably the more influential ones here.
Power of God is amazing. Get all these link URLs you can get.
Yeah.
Did you post the URL somewhere?
There we go.
Yomide.
IO Mede.
Really pretty.
Mhm.
Okay. So Ayomide is all right.
It sounds like she wants
So
to fight.
what about this god? Would they would because uh ideas of honest and righteousness in defense of good against the battle of evil. So how many members of the Ayomide is there? Is it a big church in B-Gate? Was it a big church in B-Gate?
There was no presence in B-Gate. I made.
Not done.
But are there members of the villages here?
Um, like
Well, there was no church there, though.
one or two, probably like kind of follow. I mean, they aren't like devout worshippers.
Yeah.
Like probably like one of the guards is sort of like, yeah, my family has been worshiping Aomate, but yeah, that's pretty much it as far as my relation
Okay.
goes with their church.
So I would say that it will be good for them to spread the news as well.
Yeah.
As first-hand, like, people who suffered.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, so yeah, the villagers agree. Yeah, they'd go around to different temples and sort of spread word. I mean, they say if you would like to make a good first impression, it might be better for you lot to go there yourself first.
Yeah.
But
Ooh,
we can go.
Gorum is, yeah?
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. Go on,
Oh.
continue.
Yeah. I mean, like if you want to make a good first impression, like you lot should probably go first. But we can handle the rest.
Ilom? Who's Ilom?
No.
You lot.
You lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You lot could. You lot are like can make a good first impression, whereas the rest of us, not really.
Okay. I looked to Hannah because I've been talking about telling them to go back to the churches
Mhm.
to spread the word, and I looked to Hannah for some validation.
Okay.
Is this good? Am I doing good? Is this bad idea, Hannah?
Make
Hannah?
make a sense motive check.
Hannah?
Sense motive.
Uh, oh, oh,
15.
mm,
Okay.
not bad.
Um. So you, yeah. So Hannah was sort of like looking off the distance. And it's like, huh? Oh, sorry. Yeah. I wasn't
Do,
sorry. Well,
do you think it was a good idea? Is it a good idea that I've been asking them to go to their own church to spread the news about this?
yeah. I think that will help.
All right. Are you okay? You seem to be spacing out.
Um. I'm I'm fine. Where you said 15 cents motive. She seemed rather deflated.
I mean, the
Okay.
hesitation in your voice doesn't tell me you're fine, but okay.
All right. I sort of like hold my hand up. Okay, how about this? It's pretty irresponsible for us to tell them to just go to their own church like this. How about we go together and we let the churches know, um, you know, before we release the people. What I mean is that we escort them there and explain what was happening.
Yeah.
And Hannah, since you've been embroiled in this for longer and you've been with them longer, um, you can come along as well and try to support us
Yeah. It's
because we barely dip our toe there. I don't really know there's what we could really say to
uh,
make an impact, but you would.
all right. Yeah. And so yeah, you go to like you go to the 3 different temples there. They're actually all roughly in
There's 4, right?
this. Sorry. Oh yeah, sorry, 4. Yeah. Erastil, Lamine, Gorum, Torag, Saturn Ray. Yeah, those are. Actually, hang on, let me see. Erastil would actually be pretty small in
Yeah,
Dainshof.
that makes sense.
And actually, so would Iamade.
Yeah. What is what?
Iamade.
Yeah.
Would
What is
hang
Ayamade?
on. Actually, hang on. Let me see here. Yeah, Iamade is like kind of okay. Gorum has big influence here.
What? Why?
Gorum is god of war. We should be happy with that. But how many people are actually from Gorum? Does Gorum have
No, we're
presence in?
Gate? No.
I think Gorum should, because it's like the bastion of Lesmere against their enemy. Gorum is the god of war. I mean, god of battle. They should have a presence there.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, you go to each of the 4 temples. Let me see.
Yep.
Roll me diplomacy check. Yeah.
Look at that. God of battle above all other pursuits.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to war. Okay. Oh shit. Wrong note. What do you want me to roll, DM?
The whole party. Just diplomacy check.
Oh. The whole party.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, or
Let's do this.
and if you want to get involved with the discussion, that is.
Yeah, I mean,
It's better than
the morals we have would be good.
I'll just roll anyway.
Diplomacy.
Mine's -1. 2 -1.
Oh, Hannah. Come on, Delta. Come on. We need your help.
Can you match your
Turn the
sister?
tides, Delta.
Can I say I'm
Turn
not
the
good with
tide.
words?
No.
Well, like I said,
I don't
we
do
only
well
dipped
under
our
pressure.
toes. Hannah was there for a long time.
Yeah. Yes.
So your sister's doing good.
I probably insulted them or something.
Okay, so yeah, you do get some like, yeah, you do get a good word in with Erastil, Amade, Torag as well. Gorum seems to be like, yeah, okay. Like they seem to be pretty blasé about it.
Interesting. Does evil not boil your blood? Church of Garum.
Well, alignment is chaotic.
Yeah, we're going to war. Come, let's go to war. War. Um, what would my family? I mean, yeah, I think my family would probably be the Church of Erastil, since it's a farming thingy.
Probably actually, yeah.
Yeah, but I as myself, I don't really care. Like, whatever, Dad.
Yeah.
You do you. If it brings you money. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, so that's the result of so yeah, that's what you get from talking to the different temples. By now it is nighttime. And yeah, you are all exhausted. You've been traveling for a week basically, and yeah, and then you've been going from temple to temple, talking with different people.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it is evening. Where would you like to go?
Can we stay somewhere? Can you stay at the temple? Or is it like too much to ask? Otherwise, we should get an inn.
The temples are gonna say, if you can find your own, that would be nice. We definitely can if you're desperate, but we are like taking in a fair number of refugees, so any way to
Okay.
take weight off our back would be appreciated. But I mean, certainly,
Going to
certainly,
say
if you're
to
desperate, you can stay here.
I'm gonna say to Hannah, Hein, and Arthur that we can try going to my house if you guys want.
Are you sure? You didn't tell
Wait,
them you
your
were
house? You
coming.
live here?
My parents live here. I not. It's not to say that I have a bad relationship with them. I don't really care. I'll do whatever I want anyway. But they probably don't like me so much because I'm a bit of a troublemaker.
Then maybe we shouldn't invite trouble.
I did use our family name to get by earlier, if you remember. I looked to Arthur. So I should actually go and apologize for that as well before they get confused. But it's not like they can keep me in the house if I don't want to be.
No, I mean you do you.
You can
All
go
right.
without us, right? Like if
No,
you
I'm not gonna go there if none of you guys want to stay elsewhere.
not going unannounced. That would make things quite troublesome at this time of the
I
night.
think it's easier to do first and apologize later. But okay.
Okay, so yeah, you head over to the Almswind Mansion. It is a pretty
No,
big.
they say they don't wanna.
Oh, they don't want to. Okay.
Yeah, they don't
Um.
want us. I'm not gonna.
Okay. Okay. Then there are taverns around. Actually, there are tons of taverns in Dayshoff. Like, um, so what sort of level, like, what level of comfort do you want? Are you looking for?
Yeah, I'll go for a cheap one. My parents are less likely to find me here.
Cheap to
They hear it.
medium. Like he's not gonna like slum it, but he doesn't really care about the comforts.
Okay, wait, hang. Let me see list of common prices. There's, I mean, yeah, there's basically just three. Like mechanically, there's just three levels of good, common, and poor levels of inns.
The common is.
Common, okay.
Forward. Okay, fine. Everyone's going common. I'll follow.
All right, cool. Let's see here. I need a tavern name generator. Let's see.
Yeah.
The rusty leg. No, that's not right.
Uh,
The rusty saber. What's that?
You wench.
oh,
Heavy taverns.
oh, nice. Grove Tavern.
Oh my goodness, for busy game
Wow,
masters.
that is so cool.
It even has a map.
Yeah.
I'm not really creative, so I have a lot of generators for a lot of things.
Doesn't it save a lot of time though? Oh, but some of these designs are weird.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. You find one called You find one called The Hydra and the Cat. Do you want to say this one, or do you want to continue your search?
Yeah, why not? We might be going to Almstream's house tomorrow anyway.
Okay, so yeah, the Hydra and the Cat is roughly around like here.
Wait, how much does it cost?
It is a common inn, so it is. Hang on.
The Hydra and the cat.
Yeah, the Hydra and the Cat, and it is 5 silver per night, with 3 silver for food. So
Including or not?
in-stay is separate from meal, so like if you want bread and board, like complete meal
Yes.
and stay, it would be roughly about 8 silver a day. Yeah.
Okay.
So 10 silver is 1 gold, right?
Yeah. So it's 8 silver. I
So-
shall pay.
-1 and +2. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it costs 8 silver. And yeah, you go to the Hydra and the Cat, and it is actually a pretty rowdy looking tavern. Quite bustling. And there's like people shouting. The bartender is it's human. And they this one features a massive battle axe on the wall, like mounted on the wall behind the bartender, behind the bar. And yeah, it seems to be pretty lively there. And yeah, you find a table and you purchase a room as well. And yeah, what would you like to do for the night? While you're there.
I'm tired. That's for us. It's been what, like 5-6 days? Oh god, just
Yeah.
want to sleep.
All right, cool. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, oh, sorry, I forgot to ask. Stacy and Arthur, what about you guys?
I mean, ours is probably the same as Hein, because he knows the secret way of saving money is just sleep through meals. You don't miss them.
Okay, and Stacy, what?
He is going to chat with the townsfolk to just get some information about how the town is like right now.
Okay, yeah,
Because they would want to be meeting with the royal family about this. So I just want to know if there's any gossip relating to the town politics.
okay, cool. Do you want to roleplay this, or do you want to just have a general like?
I would like to just have the general.
Okay, yeah. So make
Should I
me-
roll anything?
Yeah, roll a diplomacy check to gather information.
No, where's my character sheet? Okay. Diplomacy.
11. No, I mean, this tavern being quite far removed from the royal family, sort of, yeah, they mostly don't quite care about what goes on with the royal family.
Alright, so there's nothing scandalous then, that at least that means.
Yeah, at the very least, there's nothing major, that's like that's noteworthy about the royal family that you know of. They seem to be doing it like
That's good.
okay job as far as the
No news is good news sometimes.
there's Oh, you do know that you do get that there's very little news from like B-Gate and Eldenham. Like most of the news that like most of the knowledge that people have in Dane's
Mhm.
Hall, like at least the tavern goers seems to be focused more on like Pike Dane's Hall, Pike Lake trio, and like that trio of areas.
Okay. Well, that is understandable given the fact that we've just come from there and we kind of know how it looks like.
Yeah.
So, okay, I shall nod along. Like, no, that is weird.
Yeah, the from what you get, like at least amongst the people in the Hydra and the Cat, is they not many people actually involved with the B Gate trade route.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay. All right, that is all.
All right, cool. So yes, and end of the day, a lot of you just all
Does Hannah get her own room, right?
yeah, you're gonna you want to share
No,
a
no, no. I
room?
mean, before I go head to my own room, I guess I'm gonna go check up on her, just make sure it's like she's fine. Like if anything, I'm next door. Like
Yeah.
point, right?
Okay.
If you knock on the wall, I will hear and I can come over if anything happens or something. Or something, right? Anime Guns runs away.
Hannah just gives the word to us says okay.
Okay.
All right. So yes, you rest for the night. And you spend the morning recuperating as well. And it is now.
It's-
Hang on, let me just.
Yeah, it's almost 11. Is it a good place to stop?
Uh. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, it's almost 11. Let's call it for now. Um. Yeah, let's call it for today. You have made it to Dane's Hall. You are settled down. Right, and you're going to figure out what the next step is, whether you want to continue with the gauge issue or you want to just do something else. Like just call it a loss and do something else. Up to you. But
Oh,
we'll figure it out
we-
for next week. Yeah, author, you finally level up and catch up.
Yay.
You finally catch up with the rest of the party. So yeah, you can level up your character.
There's no combat at all though. So
There's gonna
No.
be a lot of talking from here on out,
I
boys.
mean, given given the stuff I pull, me surviving to the end of the session is an achievement enough.
Yeah, not drowning or being by rocks along the underground river is definitely an achievement.
Hmm.
that's how you gain your experience.
Yeah, just I didn't die, therefore I'm benefit. Like it's like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah, so yeah, everyone should be at level 3 now. Yeah, and see you guys all next week then to figure out what your next step is.
Oh, I gain a whopping 5 acid resist.
Oh, oh, nice.
That's a thing. Like for
5 acid resist and 5 cold resist, and 1 spell.
I mean, that's actually decent. You would be able to resist many of the cantrips, the acid and ice
Oh,
cantrips.
that is true.
So yeah, that's actually not too
I also
bad.
get blessed, so I can help out.
Yay. Less is good, especially given that we have 3 people and 1 NPC.
Yeah.
I don't even use.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
the
even use
goblins. Oh well, the goblins.
Anywho, I'm gonna duck out right now because I gotta go cook, and people are we're looking at me like, "Why are you still sitting there?"
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Take care. Bye bye.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
See you next week. Alright,
Alright.
cool. Yeah, and I think I'll start to wrap up as well.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! What do we do with the goblins? Put them in the pit. Put them in the stables.
Do you want to bring the goblins with us? I mean, they can maybe not to see the royal family, but
I
how
mean,
if we can train them?
They are adolescents, by the way.
where they stay.
Um, actually, like, the temple sort of offers them places like orphanages and so on. They do have like an orphanage attached that will be able to take that are willing to take them in, but the goblins don't like the idea of it.
It's
So do you want to
Arthur's
convince
problem,
them to, or?
but they're following Arthur, right? He's their god.
Oh yeah, that is true. We'll discuss this next week then.
All right.
Yeah, we'll discuss
Okay.
cool. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this. I would definitely say that it's like sort of end of like a mini arc. Definitely not like, I mean, yeah, you could leave B Gate to stew on its own and see what happens there, or you could go anywhere else, or you could just focus on B Gate as well. It's up to you.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could discuss with that on Discord and let me know what your final decision is next week.
So what's resist acid 5? What's the 5 mean?
So that means you take off 5 from the acid damage. That's just
It's
that.
actually quite a lot.
Yeah, DR5 to acid is like good. Okay. So yeah, thanks for playing, and for hang on, let me just go to Twitch stream. For the 2 viewers, one is possibly just this window open. So yeah, for the 1 viewer on Twitch, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you all next week. Bye.